Within the Knights of Favonius, there is a position known as the Cavalry Captain. Even though there are no horses shown in the game yet, the current holder of that title is none other than Kaeya, a witty, charming individual with lots of confidence and loved by many. But how did such an individual get that prestigious title? It began at the border edge of the ancient kingdom of Conria as it descended into ruins for humanity's transgressions against the divine. All whom lived or are from there have been affected by a curse. All the pure-blooded Conrians had the curse of immortality, leaving them slowly descend into madness as their bodies rotted slowly, while the non-Conrians are cursed with a fate far worse than death, leaving them roaming the wild as mindless, monstrous husks. Kaeya's father was from the Albrecht clan, a noble family that has stepped in to rule as regent when the strength of the one-eyed King Ermin failed. It is unknown if Kaeya himself is affected by the curse since he was born after the cataclysm of Conria. He does age, and the game shows no signs of immortality. At some point after Kaeya's birth, his biological father has abandoned him near the Dawn Winery, insisting that Kaeya is the nation's last hope. Kaeya got adopted by Master Krepus Ragenvinder, the owner of the Dawn Winery and father of Diluc. Master Krepus raised Kaeya as if he was his own son, but even till now he is referred to as Master Kaeya, making him a member of the Ragenvinder family till the present day. At some point, Kaeya adopted the title Cavalry Captain after his brother Diluc Ragenvinder resigned. He was a knight who had an unconventional way of dealing with problems that results in putting his higher-ups in awkward positions. For Kaeya, he thrived in putting anyone in such position to see how they react. But this tends to be useful when dealing with criminals who want them to get startled and show off weakness. He does seem very laid back, but he does take his work very seriously. Although drinking at the job isn't that knightly, he does it even with criminals, eventually gaining their trust, and when they let their guards down, they just end up spilling everything Kaeya needs. Once, in order to force a bandit leader into facing him, Kaeya triggered a ruin guard at an ancient ruin to cut off his opponent off, which did put Jean in a tough position. He was reckless. A tragedy happened a few years back where Ursa the Drake, a draconic creature sealed by Barbatus 1,000 years ago, has been released by a member of the Knights of Favonius who got compromised by the Fatu, named Erok. The creature caused chaos in Mondstadt and attacking a caravan where Krepus and Diluc were in. While engaging with the creature, Krepus used his delusion, an artifact like a vision that gives you elemental affinity, but at the cost of your own life force, causing Krepus to get killed by it. Faced by the tragedy of losing his adoptive father, Kaeya smirked as he said, "Even someone like Master Krepus would submit to such dangerous and evil power. This world is truly fascinating." All the while, his father laid lifeless. Kaeya was always by Diluc's side, but on this occasion he didn't partake in the final moment shared between father and son. Kaeya had a side of him that he never revealed to anyone. He was abandoned by his biological father on an unknown mission for their fallen homeland. But it was Master Krepus and the city of Mondstadt that welcomed him with warm embrace when they found him. That put Kaeya in a position where if Conria and Mondstadt went to war against each other, which side would he have picked? His birth father, who ruthlessly abandoned him, or his adoptive father, who has loved and raised him? After Krepus's death, he felt liberated from the question, making it easier for him to pick a side. But that thought made him feel ashamed on how selfish he was, thinking that way. Consumed by guilt, Kaeya knocked on Diluc's door and decided to come clean and shatter the veil of lies. Diluc's anger was anticipated as the brothers drew blades against one another, as Kaeya accepted this as the punishment for a lifetime of lies. As their blade clashed against one another while it poured down rainfall, Kaeya was overcome by a sensation of elemental power surging within him, bitterly cold and brittle element. in energy bursts from the tip of his sword to meet Diluc's searing flames head-on. The clash of crimson and azure ice created a swirl of wind that stunned them both. That was the grim moment where Kaeya got his vision. Since that day, Kaeya and Diluc have went their separate ways and never discussed the origin of Kaeya's vision. It's a reminder of the prize he earned for revealing the truth, as it's a stern reminder that Kaeya must live the rest of his life under the heavy burden of lies. Kaeya, as a child, used to cosplay as a pirate, wearing an eye patch claiming he inherited from his grandfather, who was a pirate. In the Hidden Strife event back in 2.8, you investigated a brick next to the northern eastern door of the Knights of Livonia's headquarters. You would find a secret compartment, the box inside containing old sheets of paper that contains the history of the Albrecht clan, how they came into power, alongside an old eye patch, with a sticker attached to it saying, "Oh, to think that all that play acting as a one-eyed pirate would eventually end with one actual wounded eye." Kaeya never blamed Diluc after he got injured for telling him the truth. Kaeya kept the facade of trying to keep Diluc's thinking that he blinded him in the eye during the fight, but a letter in the box from Diluc to Kaeya reveals that Diluc knows that Kaeya isn't blinded and was just leading him on to think so. When Kaeya arrived to Mondstadt bearing the power of a vengeful god, Kaeya was at the scene where she murdered two Thui diplomats in a caravan at the gates of Mondstadt. Noticing the same power that killed his father, Kaeya set out to kill Kaeya and lured her away from Amber as he cornered her and started throwing ice shards at her, injuring her in the process and trying to release the power that is inside Kaeya. After successfully baiting the dark creature to reveal itself, it took over Kaeya as they started fighting. As they brawled it out, the godly force overwhelmed Kaeya, choking the life out of him, which was stopped by Amber somehow getting Kaeya to take control of her own body and stop this, leaving Kaeya the opportunity to end her, as Kaeya accepted her fate. But luckily, Amber threw her barren body and escaped with Kaeya. After Kaeya learns that Kaeya had nothing to do with Krapus's death and the Knights successfully sealing that power, Kaeya and Kaeya in a way looked over that moment in their history and moved on from it. Here are some stuff related to Kaeya that you might have not known. Kaeya is one of the two characters in the game so far that has a slight difference in their regional vision design from other characters from the same region, the other one being Farina. Kaeya is the first character to get a trailer demonstrating all the cool stuff you can do when you get him. Like he can run, he can swim, and he can climb. Kaeya is Jean's #1 enemy when it comes to taking care of Klee, since he covers up the crimes against fishes that she commits. He also told Klee there is a scary Master Jean that would ground you if you get caught. The specialty dish Kaeya makes is fruity skewers, which is made by crafting our beloved mushroom skewers. This fits Kaeya's choice of food since Khaenri'ah's most of their diet relied on the mushrooms and meat, which is fitting for Kaeya to be his signature dish. And his twist on it is that he marinates the chicken in wine, most likely Death Afternoon, giving it that fruity aroma that is mentioned in the description of it. Kaeya is also one of the first 3 starter characters that you get, and they never have reran on a limited banner, and only obtained on standard banners, events, or using star glitters. The constellation Pavo Oculus is a Latin word for peacock eye spot, or probably the one-eyed peacock, which fits Kaeya considering he has one eye. I couldn't find any relation to historical myths or people named Kaeya, but the closest fitting person I found was Sir Kai from the Arthurian legends. Since Mondstadt does draw heavy inspirations from it, I found the name Kaeya and Kai are close enough to assume so. Furthermore, Sir Kai is known for the acid tongue and bullying, or boorish behavior, in later literatures, which does draw similar similarities to Kaeya himself. If this is true or not, I will leave that up to you. Kaeya's second name, on the other hand, Albrich, does derive from the dwarf from Nibelungenlied legends, which originates from both Germanic and Nordic mythology. Alb means elf, and Urich means ruler. Before the version 1.2, Kaeya's second ascension was named Heart of the Abyss, which was later changed to Glacial Heart. Well, thank you for watching. If I have missed anything important or got something wrong about his lore, please leave it down in the comment sections. Any feedback for improving the video would also be appreciated, and have a great day. Peace out.